How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of our UFC save in WMMA 5, and here today we have UFC Fight Night Ortega versus DALGIEV. Now, the last time that I saw you guys was for UFC Fight Night Poirier versus Hughes. Dustin Poirier getting a big TKO victory over Gavin Hughes in the main event of that one. We are making our way towards UFC 295 Namajunas versus Stamp Fairtex. That is the next pay-per-view, and it will be in the next episode. After that, it is UFC 296 Jones versus Rakic, and then UFC 297 McGregor versus Mendez 2. A couple really good pay-per-views coming up, including UFC 300, which I'm expecting to be my 200th episode, hopefully. And that'll probably be a big, like, 2-hour, 3-hour deal. So I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys are too. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. First, we're going to go ahead and update our rankings. Updated as of Sunday, week 2. And nothing going on at heavyweight, light heavyweight, but at middle, or at welterweight, I should say. Albert Tumanov is ranked. Joey Davis is ranked. Congrats to them. At lightweight, Dustin Poirier right up to the #1 contender spot. He will be fighting for the title at some point. Gavin Hughes down to number 8. Joseph Duffy into the top 10. And, Thiago Moises moving down, Christian Lee moving down, all good stuff. Nothing at featherweight. Song up to number 3, Dominic Cruz down a spot, John Dodson down to number 14. Flyweight, Joshua Pasio up to number 6, love to see it. Nothing at bantamweight. Flyweight, Molly McCann moves up a spot, Jojo Calderwood moves down to number 11, and Shandy Aguda moves up a spot, moving Joanna out of the top 15. And at strawweight, Tiburcio back into the top 10. Brianna Van Buren down to number 24. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this one going. Ortega and DALGIEV. Let's go ahead and get it going. Taking place in Alabama. Ortega and DALGIEV is our main event here today, but we start with Frank the Crank Camacho as he takes on Magomed Mustafayev. Camacho 25-10 taking on Mustafayev, and he gets the 26th win of his career in less than a minute. TKO victory for Frank the Crank. Tofik Musayev, former Ryzen lightweight title challenger, taking on Mateusz Legierski, and it is Legierski who gets the win via TKO. The 10th win of his career defeats the much more experienced Musayev. Trevin Giles, who just lost this past weekend as I'm recording this, taking on Wellington Turman in the middleweight division, and it is Turman who gets the win, the 22nd of his career, via TKO. Smilinho Rama taking on Jared Vanderaa, the Mountain. Looking for his 15th win of his career, but he is a heavy underdog against Rama. But Vanderaa gets a submission victory against Smilinho Rama. Rama usually ends up being pretty good in saves, so surprising that he is having such a hard time. Vanderaa with the 15th win of his career. Sirdan Maravich taking on Muhammad Usman in the heavyweight division. Usman, a very heavy favorite, and he gets the unanimous decision victory over Maravich here today. He's now 3-2 in his UFC career. The Motor Usman. Jim Miller taking on Spike Carlisle in a prelim here today. The veteran Jim Miller taking on Spike the Alpha Ginger Carlisle. And it is Spike Carlisle. Less than a minute into round 2. He's now 4-1 in his UFC career. Love to see it. He gets the win here today. Christian Payne Edwards taking on Alexa Kamer. A couple of good prospects in the 205 division. And it is Christian Edwards who gets the Darce choke on Kamer in round number 3. And he's still undefeated, Christian Edwards. Punahele Soriano taking on Corey Hendricks in the 205 division. Hendricks 3 inches taller than Soriano, but Soriano gets a TKO victory in round number 2. He's 7-1 now in the UFC. Love to see that. Soriano having a good time. Hopefully he's ranked sometime soon. Anderson Braddock Silva taking on Carlos Boy Felipe in the heavyweight division. And this Felipe is the underdog here, and Braddock Silva proves it right. Unanimous decision victory for Anderson Silva. Braddock Silva, I should say. 2-1 now in the UFC. Clinton Hester taking on Carl Baby K Roberson in our final prelim here today. Hester looking for his 15th victory, and Baby K looking for his 14th, and it is Carl Baby K Roberson knocking out Clint Hester in just 30 seconds. His 10th win of his UFC tenure here today, and he needed that one. He had lost 3 out of his last 4. Carl Baby K Roberson. 14-5 now is his record. First main card fight, and it's Pig Vomit Eglantina Bougie, former Ronda Rousey beater, taking on Lara Procopio in the bantamweight division, and it's Procopio who knocks out Bougie in round number 1. So Procopio on a 5-fight winning streak now, and beating Eglantina Bougie. Unbelievable. She wants to fight Pannie KHAMZAT. Evander Kuhn taking on Dan the Hangman Hooker in the lightweight division. Kuhn is 9-0, 2-0 here in the UFC. Hooker having a little bit of a tough time as of late. He's lost 3 out of his last 4, most recently to Gavin Hughes and Mansour Barnawi. Those are not easy losses by any means. And Dan Hooker TKOs Evander Kuhn in round number 3, gets a big win back under his belts. And Kuhn with the first loss of his career. Kazushi Tsukawaki in the light heavyweight division taking on Johnny Walker. Very even fight this looks to be. Walker on a 3-fight losing streak, and Tsukawaki undefeated, making his UFC debut here today. And it is Kazushi Tsukawaki getting the victory over a ranked opponent in his UFC debut. That is a big win for him right out of the gate. He wants to fight Phil Davis in his next one. Chaos Williams taking on Santiago Ponzinibbio in the welterweight division. Williams only 1 loss on his record. Ponzinibbio has 7 of them. Ponzinibbio coming out of losing to Leon Edwards in the 2nd round of the super lightweight Grand Prix. Looking to get a big win back over Chaos Williams. Williams, on the other hand, 8-0, undefeated in the UFC, coming off a win over Michael Chiesa. And it is Santiago who gets the win, knocking out Chaos Williams in round 2. It was a fantastic fight. You love to see it. And Ponzinibbio back in the win column. A little bit more experience under his belt as well. The natural-born killer, Carlos Condit, taking on Gunnar Nelson in the 175 division. Carlos Condit, 12-12 in the UFC, coming off 2 straight wins. He is, and Gunnar Nelson, number 20 in the welterweight division, coming off a loss to Ben Askren. And it is Carlos Condit who knocks out Gunnar Nelson in round 3. The natural-born killer getting it done here today. And it is time for the main event of the evening. Brian T. City Ortega taking on KHAMZAT DALGIEV in the featherweight division. You can see there Ortega, number 2 in the featherweight division. He gets a win here today. He's probably fighting for the title. DALGIEV, on the other hand, probably fighting for the title if he gets a win here as well. This is basically a title eliminator, this main event. It is very interesting to see what is going to happen here. Ortega, you can see 4 title fights already. Lost to Holloway, beat Volkanovski for the interim belt, and then he lost it to Yair, and then lost again to Zabit for another, was that an interim title fight? Yeah, for another interim title. Go figure. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this main event underway. Herb Dean is your referee. As a reminder, the next time I see you guys will be for UFC 296. Uh-oh, knockdown already. DALGIEV quickly moving in. Wow. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean calls a stop with just 33 seconds gone in round number 1. Your winner by knockout and the new number 1 contender for the featherweight title is KHAMZAT DALGIEV. 7-1 in the UFC now. A big win there over Brian T. City Ortega, and he will be fighting for the featherweight championship. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very interesting. So, yeah. DALGIEV's going to be fighting for the title. Let's see. Ponzinibbio and Williams with the fight of the night. That is perfectly fine. Give Camacho a performance bonus. Give Roberson a performance bonus. And, yeah, DALGIEV a performance bonus. Insane. So the next time that I see you guys will be for that pay-per-view. It is Rose Namajunas and Stamp Fairtex. Just one title fight on that pay-per-view. I'm AZPlow21. Thank you guys for joining me. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you have not already done so. And I will see you at the fights.